In 1963, little in the way of creature comforts resided at the Johnson house. But in those days, blissful utopia was 3 or 4 twigs, a handful of stones, a clump of dirt, and the unbridled flight of the child's imagination. Our Milwaukee home was adorned with tall arched doorways between 3 main rooms of the house. There was the dining room, leading to the living room, and on into the kitchen. The drab rose color that covered the plastered walls of both the main entryway and the living room would cast a warm and cheerful glow as the morning sun peeked through each day. As a young child, this was my typical path as I'd raced through the front door, on into the kitchen, arriving at the back of my mother's heels as she stood at the sink. I'm sure there was the usual dialogue of most mothers. "Timmy, don't run through the house." However, I really don't recall ever hearing her say that. In fact, I'm suddenly amazed that I don't remember my mother actually speaking to me. Not that there was a lack of dialogue between us. It was as if we had this special but silent communication between us. It was as close as any 3-year-old could be to his mother, yet somehow there was silence, loving, caring, and tender, but silent. One evening, as we all sat in the living room watching television, Mama casually slipped the cellophane wrapper off her pack of Pall-Mall cigarettes. Taking in a long draw, she exhaled the smoke into the small clear wrapper, quickly clenching the top and twisting it shut. She handed it to me as I sat comfortably in her lap, my feet dangling while I curiously looked on. The trap smoke swirled about inside the cellophane pouch, the shadows and lights flickering off the rose-colored walls as they reflected from the luminescent glow of the black and white television set. The overall effect created an equally awesome backdrop, accentuating the swirling smoke even more. But all too soon, the awed fascination of a 3-year-old would quickly transcend into a blissful slumber, gradually melting into an almost embryonic-like solace. Don't try to adjust your set. The trouble is not with your network, nor with the station. You've just entered the outer limits. The authoritative voice inside the television set segued through my subconscious mind, seamlessly integrating physical reality and innate cerebral activity. My eyes would dance behind closed lids, occasionally darting as if to chase the cacophony of lights and shadows that excited the living room walls. At some point, not measured in minutes or hours, bathed in a cocoon of euphoric slumber, I subconsciously sensed the warmth of my mother as she scooped me up and tucked me into my own comfortable and familiar bed.